Yeah, I'm hoping this momentum becomes somewhat of a movement and remains a bit of a group effort. So I'll continue to ask you all to engage, share, like, comment, subscribe, and follow. And I need you all to help me out with my baby boy, just in case he lacks any just confidence in his abilities. This is his first year in any serious competition, and I didn't want to put any pressure on him. But after taking part in the NFL's Brain and Body program at Chapel Hill, I realized there was a possibility that genetics did play a factor. So I had all my kids tested. Coincidentally, I didn't finish my book until my younger sister's birthday, and then I released it on my older sister's birthday. I thought that was pretty cool because it happened naturally. I promoted the book quietly through just my publishing company, Palmetto Publishing, which made the entire process a lot less intimidating. Amazing customer service, by the way, for anyone looking to self-publish. I had an opportunity to appear on a popular television show in Atlanta to promote my book, but eventually declined because they didn't have time to read it, which I completely understood. I just realized that the conversation would be forced if the right questions weren't presented, which probably would have been the case because they didn't read the book. Then I had a panic attack live on air with my good friend, Mr. Anquan Seawright. Yeah, he did me a huge favor, just a radio interview, but I wasn't prepared, not as prepared as I thought I would be anyway. So I just figured I'd limit any interviews to try to control my own narrative on my own platform. It just works better for me this way. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, Big Bang Theory is my favorite comedy sitcom after Martin, of course. Those socially awkward nerds are funny, man. There's a episode in season 3, I think it's episode 18. It's called The Pants Alternative. Check it out if you have 20 minutes to spare. But in it, the main character receives an award, and he's resistant to accept it due to his stage fright. Absolutely hilarious, though. But it's also where I developed this idea of conducting an interview online. Part 2 of my acceptance speech, thank you speech. Part 2 of my acceptance / thank you speech. Yeah, it's my desire to spark a conversation regarding mental health and wellness. I don't mind leading a conversation, but I don't necessarily have to either. So if someone is 10 times more qualified to have this conversation and 10 times more capable of producing results, I'll fall in line. I've made a living being a role player. I've never been a team captain, so I don't mind. Salute to the next man up. It's just all about getting those two that are in need to really just engage in services. Conversing about it normalizes it. My big bro taught me how to stay out of the way, get outside of myself and prioritize the message. So that's what I try to do. Yeah, I'm requesting everyone tune in for the message alone. But I'd be shocked if you didn't take something else away from it. Spoiler alert, the message is I'm on a mission and I do need your help. I want to produce what Dr. Nadine Burke Harris spoke about in that TED Talk I encouraged you all to listen to. I want to put that downtown, I want to put a wellness center downtown Greenville, just using the science for prevention and treatment of mental health and wellness conditions. Yeah, prevent, screen, heal, get an understanding of the impact of adverse childhood experiences, called ACEs, that produce toxic stress, routine screenings on those regular physicals. And for the clients that do screen positive, there's a multidisciplinary team that works to reduce the dosage of the toxic stress. Yeah, they'll treat symptoms using best practices, obviously, including home visits, care coordination, mental health care, nutrition, holistic interventions, and yes, if medication is needed, it'll be managed as necessary. There'll also be psychoeducation classes. component just to produce a more trauma-informed society. And yeah, obviously care will be tailored to each client. There's a place called All Points North in Colorado. I visited before. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful visual. I was raised in downtown Greenville, so I don't go home as much because my memories got erased off the map. Yeah, they demolished the little alley that I grew up on to create a more progressive vibe for the city, which it absolutely works. My wife actually wants to move there now, so I thought that was pretty cool. Not to be morbid, but I told my wife that I didn't want a funeral. When I died, I just wanted to be cremated and have my ashes spread. But now I'm thinking if that wellness center does materialize, when it's no longer operational, that it becomes a personal memorial site. I'm delusional, man. I swear I am. But if you all continue to engage, share, like, comment, subscribe, and follow, like our hometown hero KG said, man, anything is possible. And again, this isn't about me. And I'm not saying that to be humble. I'm not. I mean, if it was about me, trust me, solitude is a preference. Yeah, but my depressive episodes would definitely intensify. And my wife would probably leave and the kids would probably disappear, and I would understand. But I would probably also die knowing that my life got my best effort. Just based on this delusional dream and this unwavering belief in this premature promise from God versus just having an honest conversation with you all. Just in efforts of us all joining forces to prioritize mental health and wellness. Yeah, it's definitely created a more mindful and present calmness to my neurotic thoughts. So I think psychotherapy has been beneficial. I'm celebrating the Memorial Weekend with family and friends. So to all the veterans, soldiers, sailors, airmen, etc., thank you for your service. Sincerely, we honor and mourn the fallen who defended our country. My daughter's a sailor now. My uncle did 30 years in the Navy as well. My cousin, who didn't want to have anything to do with me until I became a Denver Bronco, served 20 years in the Navy as well. So we're slowly becoming a military family. Tony, I love you, cuzzo. Yeah, we get to actually celebrate as a family today, extended family, friends. And I'll end it with this because it does feel like a full circle moment just based on the story I shared with you all a while back. I just hope there are no gunshots. I hope we can all enjoy one another in peace because life is more beautiful that way. And maybe we don't traumatize the next kid. Continue to prioritize your wellness. Goody out. Soon to be Dr. Dre.